morning everyone, welcome back to another video. Just collapsed down this temporary pen that I had in this barn here. I want to have a nice fresh bed for these lambs to come out in because they don't have any immune system. So when they get moved over here into this group barn, at least it'll be a nice fresh, clean, as Maggie's peeing in it, nice fresh clean bed for them, be nice and comfortable. This pen was a bunch of market lambs that I had in here, so I shipped them this morning, so time to get this cleaned out and get feeders set up and everything, because lambs potentially could start coming tomorrow. Tomorrow is the due date, so super exciting. And also preparing for future lambing groups. The rams went out yesterday to their groups, one for a cover for the February lambing groups, and then all of the replacement ewe lambs got their rams, so super exciting. Kind of a the more you know sort of deal, even though I have this place an absolute disaster. But this barn used to be an old pig barn that was 8 feet off this pony foundation here, and it burnt down in 2020. I think I've mentioned in a video already, but before I had the skid steer, we just had an old John Deere 4020 tractor, and it was very hit or miss. But anyway, so right where this concrete, that you can see the new concrete there, used to be a little door, and then there was a little door over here too. Those were the entrances into the barn. Originally was a pig barn, and you can tell where the pigs were, where their pens were. Then after that, it turned into a cattle barn, had the 6 stalls back there, and you know, everyone knows a cattle barn, they get pretty deep in bedding, so it would be above that pony wall, which is 13 inches, and we would hand fork it and wheelbarrow it out through that little door, out just outside. And then around the time that I was foaling horses in this back at half of the barn, is I just had the whole thing open and a stall on each side, was around the time that we got the skid steer. So thankfully we were able to put a hole in that wall and make it so that the skid steer could come in here, and it just barely fit. Like the top of the roof was like skimming the light fixtures that were in here. So pretty cool that, you know, just the years of being on the same farm and the generations, and because I technically am a 3rd generation here, after the barn built, to be able to build it this tall and, you know, now use it for sheep and a shop. But as you can see, I've got an absolute disaster zone going on, but again, pretty cool to be able to have the money available, or go into debt, I guess you could say, to purchase this machine, because it is going to be life-changing it already is life-changing for this farm. But I better get my butt into town if I'm gonna watch those little lambs sell. Where's your ball? Where's your ball? Is it right there? Such a little goofball. I did get something in the mail today that I don't know if anyone's interested in, but just thought I would show it anyway. Because the reality of sheep farming is, and with any kind of farming, is that it is very expensive. So let me just go grab it here. So this tiny little box is almost $1,500. It's a little crazy that 1,500 bucks fits in a tiny little box like that. For anyone who buys truck parts and, you know, big like parts period for any equipment will be laughing at me, but when it comes to sheep supplies, this just blows my mind. So it is requirement by law to put in these RFID red tags. It's yeah, requirement by law. These are $4.10 a piece. So that's a big hit. Tubing for the milk machine. Nipples for the milk machine. And I still have some left over from other years, but 200 blue tags and 100 pink tags. Now these are a personal choice. These tags are, well, it's 40 bucks for 100, so 40 cents a tag, just to know what lamb belongs to which mom. But yeah, it's kind of disheartening that 300 tags, you know, I think there was 25 or 30 nipples, 20 feet of hose. Oh, I did order a few extra antiseptic lamb rings too. I was going to order the bigger box, but they didn't have it in stock, so I put it to a smaller box, but I still have about 250 left over. But yeah, 300 management tags, 250 government RFID tags, 20 feet of hose, 30 nipples, pretty much 1,500 bucks. So pretty disheartening, but required by law. When an animal leaves the property, they need to have these tags in. So I do not put them in because I don't have a management system that requires the RFID tags. I do everything by handwritten numbers, so I don't have them in all my ewes until I go to ship them. But like those lambs that I shipped today, I had to get tags. Anything that leaves the property for butcher, like no matter what they leave the property for, they need to have a tag. So yeah, this box will not get me very far. This will get me till the end of lambing season, which will be, you know, end of May, early June. And to be able to ship all the lambs from this year, and then I'll have to order another box of probably be $1,700 next year. So frustrating. Sorry, it's just my little rant and rave about you know, requirements of these EID tags. But anyway, that's a whole other story. But if you would like to, I'm thinking for once these guys start lambing, like I said, I'm gonna try and do a bit of a Vlogmas and, you know, try my hand at it. So more just the challenge to know whether I can post every day or every other day. Anyway, but I think for one of those, I'd like to do a bit of a Q&A, get to know me sort of deal. So if you would like to, drop a question in the comments, or yeah, if you want to know any particular history about me or the farm or the sheep or anything like that, just kind of a get to know me. But yeah, just drop a comment if you would like to. And again, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It says hopefully the next video there will be lammies. I'm going to get all my lambing kits together, the 2 boxes that sit on top of this panel here. I just yeah, get that all together. And yeah, I don't know how much more ready I can be for lambs, other than I still need to get straw in here. But thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.